Alright, I'm gonna make this a quick video. I won't take up much of your time. We'll go over each weapon, some data, and my thoughts on each weapon, and including the booster. So let's compare the carbine to the two liberators. So comparing it to the regular liberator, it does have the same amount of damage, same capacity, higher recoil, but an increased fire rate. Now, just for the fun of it, I'm also going to compare it to the liberator penetrator. Somehow, the carbine has more damage than the penetrator. Of course, it has more ammo. Recoil is still higher, and of course, it has a higher fire rate. So in my opinion, I think the carbine is really good against the buds. Because the buds are so close to you anyways, I think the fire rate really helps here, and I think it's a really good choice for the buds. As for the bots, it is usable. Don't get me wrong, you can still run it against the bots. Because you'll be fighting the bots at mostly medium ranges, you really have to control the recoil with this gun. But again, like I said, it is still usable against the bots. Oh, also, if you want to see a recoil test with both the Liberator Carbine and the regular Liberator, here are the two clips side by side.
Golly.
Yeah.
The difference is
honestly,
crazy.
that's
not as bad as I expected.
Now for the new secondary, the Bushwhacker, the 3-barreled shotgun, I'll actually be comparing it to a primary shotgun, the SG8 Punisher, because if you'll notice, they actually have the same amount of damage. So in my opinion, I actually think this is a really good secondary. Ever since this War Bond came out, I've been using it throughout all my tests and throughout my grinding. This works really well against the bugs. And in this clip, you'll see me setting it to the 3-barreled firing mode and one-shotting a Brood Commander. Highly recommend this secondary for the buds. For the bots, it works surprisingly well for what it is, but it's all a matter of preference. Now for the throwing knife. In my opinion, I think this is purely a gimmick item. When it comes to the aiming, you don't want to aim the circle on the target. You want to try to aim the circle a little bit to the right of the target. I think the aiming should be wherever the circle is, that's where it'll land, and it'll probably be a little bit better. But for me, I don't think I'll be using this. Also, just a side note, I tested the melee damage increase with the peak Physique passive. Honestly, this thing, I don't know what this thing is. It took about 9 hits to kill a regular bug, the soldiers. It also took about 2 to 3 hits to kill a normal bot. I'm not entirely sure what this passive is for, but to me, I don't think this is a good armor passive.
How many hits was that? Was that like 9? And this is with the peak Physique, right? So what is the increased melee damage even for? Like,
also, in case you're wondering, I didn't really notice a difference when it comes to the improved weapons handling with less drag on weapon movement. I didn't really notice a difference with and without it, so yeah, there's that. Okay, so now for the booster. So I decided to do a speed test and a duration test. On the speed test, I started at least 70 meters, not exact, but about 70 meters. With a normal set of armor, medium, and not using the stem, it takes about 12 seconds to get to 70 meters. Now with normal armor, medium, and with the booster and using the stem, it actually takes 11 seconds to get to 70 meters. It's really more like a 1 to 2 second difference, but in conclusion, with the booster and using the stem, you do actually run faster, as the booster implies. Now for the duration test, aka how long the booster lasts with the medkit passive. So with the medkit passive, the booster lasts for 10 seconds. Without the medkit passive, for some reason it lasts for 10 seconds also. Now I'm not sure what went wrong. I don't know if it's something on my part. My theory is that the booster does not get affected by the medkit passive. The booster and the medkit passive are their own separate things, which is really weird because I really thought they would stack. If any of y'all know why I'm getting these exact same numbers for both the passive and no passive, let me know in the comments. But as of right now, it doesn't really seem like the passive and the booster stack with each other. Now, to be honest, I haven't really used this booster in the field yet, but from what I can gather, I do think this could be considered an A tier booster or even an S tier booster. I think this would really work with the bugs to get away from them quicker. But let me know what you think of the booster from using it in the comments down below. Alright, that's gonna be the end of the video. I wanted to make this a quick, easy to digest video, and I'm sorry if this video is a little late. I know there's other YouTubers who pumped out a video on these 4 items on the day this War Bond released, because of life and work, I couldn't really test these as soon as I could. And even with the 250 medals I had, which by the way is the max amount of medals you can have, I still couldn't afford all 4 of these items at the same time. So I did have to grind a good bit just to get the knife and the booster. But yeah, again, I'm sorry this video is a little late to the party. But if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, leave a comment. If you didn't like this video, leave a dislike. Subscribe if you want to. And just so I know you made it this far to the video, why don't you leave a little skull emoji in the comments, and I will see you whenever. Bye bye.